Hello friends, today I am going to tell you a story about the stolen ruby. Prince Zaman and Princess Badoura were camping in a forest. Princess Badoura had removed her jewelry when suddenly a bird swooped down, picked up a ruby and flew off with it. Prince Zaman ran after the bird. It flew into the forest. The bird was just too swift for the prince and was soon out of his sight. Prince Zaman had gone so deep into the forest that he lost the way. When finally he did find his way back, there was no sign of the princess. Princess Badoura had waited for the prince, but when he had not returned, she had wandered off into another kingdom ruled by King Aram. She was taken to the king, who instantly knew that she came from a royal family. He gave her permission to stay at his palace as long as she wanted. Prince Zaman was now in search of Princess Badoura. His wanderings took him to a garden where he rested. In the garden, he saw two birds above him on a tree fighting. Suddenly, something fell on him from the tree. It was the stolen ruby. Having found the ruby, Prince Zaman began his search for the princess with renewed vigor. He too reached the kingdom of King Aram. Prince Zaman came to know that there was a new princess living in the palace of the king. Prince Zaman suspected it to be Princess Badoura. He disguised himself as a trader, bought a jar of honey into which he put the ruby. He carried it to the king's palace and asked one of the guards to present it to the new princess who had come to stay there. Princess Badoura received the jar of honey. She had it emptied into a container when the missing ruby was found into the jar. She immediately asked the guard to bring the person who had bought it. Prince Zaman and Princess Badoura hugged each other and were happy to be reunited. Thank you, friends.